So by great fortune, we are continuing with Sri Vilapa Kusumanjali, verse number 85. The minds and senses of those who are endowed with maha, bhava are saturated with maha, bhava.
What is meaning? Explain.
The minds and senses.
Sri Radha, what is disturbing to us? Mind and senses. Right? And we need mind, sure. And we need the senses, spiritual senses, sure. We don't need how I will feel it, how I will relish it. But when it becomes this material senses, when it touches with that thinking, it becomes really spiritual. Attraction, before attraction and now attraction is different. Sri Radha, that has to realize, if I explain it's not possible to understand. Because we see with conditioned soul, this cannot change. But this senses and this mind change when it touch is divine. You believe that divine touch can change washerman, change the fisherman. But this, when they are Sarup Shakti and what you said that? Chit Shakti, Sarup Shakti and one
Samvit.
no. Krishna. What is the name you say?
Shaktiman.
Shaktiman and Shakti. Both is together then. Because Sarup Shakti, you explain about Sarup Shakti, how she works. Shaktiman only relish, Lord only relish, but her Shakti, her Sarup Shakti, how helping to relish it. Let's see how he can do. Then we believe, how not God can do. Why you said not can do? No, he cannot do. Then he cannot enjoy. This is the job of Sarup Shakti, Shakti to do that. From different. Explain this. You explain.
From the book.
The very important. You not come to the anyone not like to come to the class of my such Sruti Baba, Jaiva Dharma, then you have to explain, right? What is beautiful class is happening, and nobody likes to listen. Right?
Shaktiman is Purusha and Shakti is Pratik.
See the beauty. Shruti Baba will explain. Now he is not only explaining to me, he is going to the German world, Swiss world. He cannot tolerate now. He will explain all details. Yes. With proof.
I just have to find it because we underline.
You see, Baba, why I say to underline?
Yeah.
No, can you see in underlining? I start tomorrow. You
Yeah,
have to prepare.
it is here. The question is from Rajanath saying that everything in the universe is done by Shakti. And the spiritual world, spiritual body, and spiritual pastimes are also indications of Shakti alone. Then what is the indication of Shaktiman, Krishna? And Babaji's answer is, this is a very difficult problem. Do you want to kill this old man with sharp arrows of your arguments? My dear son, the answer is as simple as the question, but it is difficult to find a person who is qualified to understand it. Anyway,
They understand wrong way.
Anyway, I shall explain it, so please try to understand. I agree that Krishna's name, form, qualities and pastimes all indicate the function of Shakti. However, freedom and free will are not the work of Shakti.
Oh,
They are both intrinsic activities of the Supreme Person, and Krishna is that Supreme Person who has free will and is the abode of Shakti. Shakti is the enjoyed and Krishna is the enjoyer. Shakti is dependent, but Krishna is independent. Shakti surrounds that independent Supreme Person on all sides, but he is always conscious of Shakti. The independent Purusha is the master of Shakti, even though he is covered by Shakti. Human beings can only realize that Supreme Person by taking shelter of that Shakti.
Understand or not? Again explain. You have to explain it. It's not easy to understand. Still I know understand.
So,
You have to sit with him. He will explain you. I'm trying to develop your preaching program. Nobody understands. No, give easy way to understand. You also chintan. You also think. And who likes interested, then say to them. If this is not clear, then nothing, never will understand. All scripture will give the explanation of this conclusion, concluding things. No scripture can say you. Only realized soul knows this.
the
Little
absolute,
give the taste.
so the absolute truth is independent, and he has his personality, freedom, and free will. He does nothing, but everything is done by his Shakti, who is completely dependent on his direction, on his will. Shakti is the enjoyed, and the Supreme Person Krishna is the enjoyer.
What he will enjoy without Shakti. how I will relish, how we will understand.
There's one more line on the previous page.
Nobody understand. I can see by this. You have to sit with him, please. If you don't understand, you will not know Krishna. Wow. Yeah.
Then one more line. One experiences Vrindavan Rasa only when one becomes competent to relish it. By taking shelter of Radha, that's the only way to
Competent was
qualified, eligible.
to take shelter of then competent. That is qualification. Competent. Right? So you are there. If not, then after 10 years devotional life, they go to Mayavad philosophy or they go to the, you see,
Narayan Bhakt.
this Japanese baby, 1 year old, 2 years, interested so much.
How is possible that Radhika, as they enjoys more than Krishna?
Radhika not enjoy, but she arranged this because she is the second of Krishna.
Yes, but it's mentioned that she feels more happiness than even Krishna.
Right.
So means
Because
she enjoys
givers more happy than receiver. One day you make the cook and go and distribute. The receiver will also enjoy, but what you are giving, you will enjoy more. Because you feel that today I do something, service in my life. Sri Ram. And Gurudev disappearance day, we are distributing round about 200 boxes. Means one boxes, we are putting 6 puris and sweet and sabji. This we will, and Keshav Baba, and who likes to go, he can go and distribute. So, the giver will enjoy more. It will take little energy, but when you give, you relish more to give it. Something you give, you relish. But enjoyer is something, but you relishing, that you useful to serve something. Satisfied. Yeah. One word means so behind meaning. If you understand these words by bhajan without reading that. And if you not have a bhajan, then you need this, what you say, a difference. to understand. So, how are you?
Oh, Leah, she doesn't speak. She's with a cloud.
Mona.
Wow. When I see, I'm so proud of you. Your devotion, your love, your caring. It's all you have special qualities. You don't come to meet me, but I can feel you. Thank you, Leah. Go on with this. You are the best yoga teacher. Best. You study for your seva. Very good qualities you have. Thank you. Bless you. Keep it like this. Radha. Radha.
The minds and senses of those who are endowed with maha bhava
Ah,
are saturated with maha bhava.
Sri Radhe. Understand? Now you will get that. This we are trying to do. But we are so conditioned. It happens for some time, some minutes, and again come back. Listen, sadhvi, very important. Repeat this. One line. If this is we practice, all set.
The minds and senses of those who are endowed with maha bhava are saturated with maha bhava.
Understand? Huh? You missed 2 days class of my Shruti Baba. He will give one special how to see mind and senses if it is fixed in Sarup Shakti, in her, how it becomes saturated from others. He will explain. Yeah. But that has to do.
Does it mean if the Svarupa experience Mahabharata, that also the material body is so purified and spiritualized that through my material body I also experience Mahabharata?
Right. Now say like this, that mind is the only playing game to us.
Huh?
Mind, my mind.
It's the only
Game with my senses, and senses also is demanding from mind. And my false ego says, yes, this to do is a false, this is the best thing. So we are influenced with the senses and the false ego. The moment you move for Radhika, your false ego has to break down. Because love and false ego not work together. It will break Trinadapi nature. So that time this Trinadapi bhava will start when we want to take her, follow her. And this mind and these senses will automatic by thinking pure. What about touching to her? That vibe will change us. Even I don't become Manjari. I don't do anything. Just mind start thinking for her. Senses start moving that direction. All become free. And false ego, automatic, run away. See that? It's not a stand in between mind and false ego, not. Direct mind is connected to Radhika. My false ego is breaking, no Radhika. Only Lord will give you. But Shakti, Sarup Shakti has so much power that Shakti cannot keep it. It will break it down. Automatic influence of power. And without purity of the mind and the senses, Sarup Shakti will not come. Sarup will not come. My spiritual identification will not grow. Huh?
With how you feel yourself when you are free from false ego.
That you are. Every individual has to check it. When somebody tease you and you don't feel any effect, somebody say bad to you and not take that. You start searching what is the behind meaning of that. Maybe my benefit is behind that. You start looking, your benefit, some mercy behind that. Means false ego is gone. Automatic. You start searching good behind that. False ego will start looking bad for it. And this start looking what a mercy, some speciality behind that we see. Sri Radha, क्या नाम है?
वो चंदन ले आओ।
क्या? उसी को ले जाओ, उसको धो धा के साफ करके देना। There is only 2 days time for you, up to 25th. After that, Chandan Seva will finish. Two days, so how much you can do, you can do. 25th, 26th, they will use that. Your Seva will use that. Sri Radha. Understand? Go on. So without mind not pure and your senses not become pure, senses are controlling how Sarup will come. So first only thinking of Radhika, it will be different. Ego will automatically. Second, constitutional proof. Easy to understand my conscience. And all, if this not clear, it clears when I do bhajan. It's automatic become clear by bhajan. My mind is fixed and it's fixed in constitutional position. And when you see the scripture, wow, I'm in right path. Listen from Keshav Baba. Never he read these books in English or Bangla he cannot read, but he will talk these things only because of the bhajan. See that? See that? See, I'm so foolish. I don't do bhajan. And I said to all of you, bhajan gives. See that?
Maha helps the mind
Wow.
to regain its constitutional position.
See that? Where they say, where I get the sarup? Are where I will get the sarup? Guru will give me. Are how give the sarup? Then who is Gurudev? Are his dasi of Maha. He will do everything by herself. Or one close lover who is become dasi, very close, understand. They care that. What Gurudev Maha gave, he surpassed. Without receiving, he not give. Because he is fixed with Swamini. And when he not receive, he say, okay, you have to wait. You have to wait. When the moment he receives, he will call you and say, I take it. Yeah.
This means that the minds of the girls who have Mahabhav are entirely consisting of Mahabhav. The mind has no more separate existence from Mahabhav.
Virat. Because the blockage was falling over is not existing. And this is our practice to so much practice from the mind with senses. So my false ego says, oh, never leave this identity that you are a rich man and you are engineer, doctor, you are yogi, you are a guru. Never leave this your false ego. If you leave, you lose your identity. With the false ego. So my mind is blocked from this place, my false identity. Yeah. See that? Clear or not? Not clear?
Very simple.
But very difficult to practice. Very difficult to practice. It's true. It's very easy to understand. But difficult to practice. So we want to do body work. Nobody will know what you are doing. But you can only realize. And higher than you, a spiritual person will understand what is happening, which stage you are. You are influence of the senses, you are influence of the ego, or you are meditating to Allah Shakti. Where is your mind? This is also ego. I am a teacher. Anything is a false ego. Who identify from bodily consciousness. I am a Brahman, I am a Kshatriya. I am a sannyasi. Mahaprabhu says, I am not a Brahman, I am not a sannyasi. I am nothing, these things. What is it?
Das, and das.
Of what last word?
For devotee.
Radha Bhartu. Right? Check. Radha Bhartu. What is that?
Manjari.
Radha's and Radha's lover. Radha's husband, lovers. Sri Radha. Radha's Pranavallava. I am the servant. Yeah.
Gopi Bratu Pada Kamala Dase Dasanudas.
Yes, Gopi Bharatu Padakama. More humble, not Radha, to Gopi Bharatu.
In Guru Mantra, we have Prema Rupaya. So, this is the meaning that Gurudev has realized soul living in the Swarup. So, his
Right.
body is not material. Everything is saturated by Mahabharata.
Yeah. And what is the Manjari? Guru Manjari Mantra. And who is in Navadip area? He is a saturated with love, full of mood of following to the love. Prem Rupaya. Rupaya. Prem Rupaya Dhima. Is not this Rupaya. Prem, who is the Rupa? Sarup Shakti is Rupa. Prem Rupaya, he is so close with the Prema that he becomes like that. Dhima. Tanno Guru Prachodayat. Rupaya Dhima. Without chanting this mantra, you cannot go deep in that. In this mantra, the first word is a cling. And a cling is only for Radha and Krishna. Why it is Gurudev? Gurudev is not a cling. Right? But here is the cling. Why, behind meaning is a parkiya bhava. Oh Gurudev, I have one reason to come to you. My goal is cling. My goal is cling. I don't want to deviate from this goal. Cling means Radha Krishna union, right? Everybody knows that, right? So this goal you have to fulfill. That is the reason behind that. I need your help that you fulfill my this desire, this specific desire, not other desire. When I will reach there, all is done. Whole universe is there. See that? Wow.
The senses act according to the mind's direction, and in this way, the senses of the Vraja Sundaris also consist of Mahava.
Jai Shri Radha. So, Gurudev is Prem Rupaya. Rupaya means similar. Rupaya. When you see the Gajadhar mantra is Radha Rupaya. Why? Gajadhar is similar like Radha. Same energy of love he also gave. Gurudev also is come to that stage of that. Very close to Radha. Him Rupaya means to be so close that his maha bhava come to that. So close. What is written there? What?
Saturated.
Saturated. Again read what? This is the, you see, this is the thing. But his whole philosophy of all Vedic literature is here in one paragraph. Go on. You see that?
The minds and senses of those who are endowed with Mahabhava are saturated with Mahabhava.
See, you see? Rupaya, Radha Rupaya.
Mahabhava consists of the greatest nectar and helps the mind to return to its constitutional position. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti writes in his Ananda Chandrika commentary, Mahabhava helps the mind to regain its constitutional position.
Why Raghunath Das Goswami write Manasutra? I said to make separate book of Manasutra to Srivas, because that book is most important to check our mind and to make in tuning to that. Very simple little book, but very meaningful. And I will suggest you also with this, what you are reading, Sakti Tattva, you conclude what is the practice for this. What is literature say? What is the important? Not much discussion. See him take it and make it one book. Start that. And Jiva Tattva also. That two things of, and Shaktiman is also there. So all will come one place. This is a spiritual thing, this requirement. Right? Shakti Tattva, Shaktiman, and Jiva Tattva. My Kripa Moy likes so much to sit down. She become fresh. You see? This is Sharanagati. Yeah.
This means that the mind of the girls who have Mahabha are entirely consisting of Mahabha.
Sri Radhe.
The mind has no more separate existence from Maha.
Therefore, Sri Radhe, underline all
Everything is underlined.
not miss anything. Wow.
The senses act according to the mind's direction,
Wow.
and in this way, the senses of the Vraja Sundaris also consist of Mahabha.
Yeah. You see that? And this body also be pure to go in the spiritual body. It become more all pure. There is no impurity left.
Therefore, it is logically proven that all the activities of senses of Rajas gopis are dedicated to and dominated by Krishna.
Dedicated and dominated to Radha Krishna. Take one thing. Yeah.
All the Vraja
Oh.
Sundaris
Gopis also delegated sometimes. They get mercy of Sarup Shakti, but they are thinking because of the previous sanskara. They become Saki, they cannot become because of previous sanskara. Maybe it's explained.
comes now. All the Vraja Sundaris have Mahabhava, but Sri Radha is Mahabhava Swarupini herself. She consists of nothing but Mahabhava, from the tips of her toenails up to the top of her head. It is certain that Krishna is greatly delighted and controlled by each of her physical and sensual acts. Hence, no one in the world is more worthy of the name Suvrata, dedicated girl, than her. In his Stavamala, Srila Rupa Goswami has nicely described how Sri Radha picks flowers in the forest. Indeed, his descriptions of this pastime are unrivaled in the kingdom of sweet rasa. In the morning time, Shri Radhika feels morose. She does not feel like performing her household duties, and her mind is restless. So she goes out into the forest on the pretext of getting water for her ritual worship, eager to see lotus-eyed Krishna. Rupa Manjari secretly follows her to the bank of the Yamuna. Srimati walks very far until she catches Mohana's bodily fragrance, and thinking that he is in the forest, she proceeds towards him like a thirsty she-bee. When she sees Krishna standing there, dressed like a forester, she starts picking flowers just to catch his attention. Mohan notices her and says, "Who is that girl, destroying the beauty of the forest by picking all the flowers there? How beautiful you are." Shri Radhika, seeing Krishna with his forehead beautified by Gorochana pigments, frowns her eyebrows. Radhika, who is called Bhamini, or powerful girl, pulls at her blue garment and thus conceals her limbs. How wonderful are her movements. She takes some distance from Mohana and hides herself between the huge jasmine creepers on the bank of the Yamuna. Mohan follows her as if he is bewitched by some mantra and says, "You are always coming here to pick flowers, and then, after cruelly breaking all the tender sprouts and destroying the beauty of the forest, you hide yourself. Who are you?" Hearing this, Vinodini Radha anoints her smirky smile with a paste of faint anger and says, "Listen, O Kala, black boy, how painful it is to see your behavior. It is like a great fire that burns us. We are dedicated girls, and our minds are always devoted to worshipping the sun god. We always come here to pick flowers, and we never heard such rude words before. Why do you speak such words today? That is not proper of you." Rasaraja Krishna, the king of relisher, says, "Well, this is the doing of the bold King Cupid. Aren't you afraid of him? I understand that you have stolen many flowers and sprouts today. O golden flower thief, Now I caught you. How will you be able to go home now? Aren't you married girls afraid and ashamed to come to this forest every day, stealing leaves and flowers, breaking the straw? O golden complexioned flower thieves, how will you escape now that I've caught you? You won't be able to run away. Rasa Sudhakara stays in hiding and witnesses Radha and Krishna's pastimes. Tender Swamini says, in a faint harsh mood, Bhina or Tyaktabhav, I know you are a rogue. We are worshipping the sun god. This forest is only for women. Men are not allowed here. Until now, no one has ever forbidden us to come here. Who are you? Didn't you learn any manners? Whose forest is this anyway? Mohana says, this forest belongs to King Cupid, who has entrusted it into my care. This king is very cruel, and it was very unfair of you to steal his flowers. Swamini says, there is no King Cupid here. You are that rogue yourself. Who in Vraja does not know your pranks? In this way, their sweet quarrel goes on. But by quarreling with him in this way, Swamini became known as Suvrata, a girl who is unflinchingly dedicated to Krishna's pleasure. He feels boundless bliss when he tastes the sweetness of this quarrel. When I see Radha's face and eyes in this mood, I feel 1,000,000 times more happy than when I unite with her. Finally, she enters a kunja with her prananath and relishes all kinds of sweet pastimes with him there. When the vision disappears, Shri Raghunath anxiously prays as follows: O dedicated Radhe, O sweetly speaking girl, O Empress of Vraja, you play blissful Rasika pastimes with Giridhari, the Lord of your life, and your crooked, playful, clever, and Rasika girlfriends. During these funny nectarian pastimes that are played on the crooked pretext of picking flowers, Vamshidhari Krishna says, Who is picking flowers in this kunja, stealing them from me? I have seen hundreds of thousands of women. I cannot even count them, and they are all equal in form and qualities. But amongst them, you, O Hemangini, golden-limbed Radhe, you are the crown jewel. That is clear to me, because you are not afraid. This kunja abode belongs to King Cupid, and I am simply the kunja's guardian. How dare you break off all these freshly sprouting branches? I think it is completely crazy. On the order of King Cupid, I will teach you a lesson in a lonely cave, just as I wanted. Listen, O woman of Raja. I will loot everything from your limbs. Hearing these clever words, Princess Radha replied. Outwardly, she showed anger, but inwardly, she was decorated with 20 ornaments of topmost ecstatic love from seeing him. O Shirade, Vraja Bala, Gopi, seeing this intimate pastime, my mind becomes filled with joy. This Vilapa Kusumanjali is a collection of nectarian prayers. That is the jewel of Dasa Goswami's bhajan. This ends the verse 85.
And why pastime is there? To fix your mind. Make the mind pure, your senses pure. For this. When you will meditate in this, that mind will become pure for that moment. And then again you want to meditate this. Again you want to. And slowly, slowly, your mind and your senses will start following to her, Radhika, and they will get the taste of Mahabhava. And this mind and senses will affect with Mahabhava. This is the past. One person asks that how to live in my soul consciousness. One of my devotees from Hong Kong, one group of the devotees in Hong Kong, they follow. One time I went there. Then she asked me how to fix my mind, how I can be conscious to the soul. Then I say, my dear, is a very good question. That we want. And without consciousness of soul, what we need? Mind. What we need? My senses to be pure. Then it can be. Then soul consciousness will come. Then she is reading Radha Sudhanidhi and she liked. I said, one thing do. First sloka of Radha Sudhanidhi. First is a glorification of Guru Tattva. Second one, translate in Chinese. And if you have any problem, I will explain that. I'm trying to translate that. And I authorized one Guru there, Jayadev. I said to give to him. He will explain you. Or if he has any problem, I will say to him. And that way, the pastime is a process to keep sometime your mind and senses impure. Sri Radha. This is the meaning of pastime. How much you will listen, after one by one, this pastime will start coming in your life. And you will live in that meditation. In beginning not, but it will be when practice to taste will come to your mind and senses will become quiet. Then automatically it will start flowing. But without you will not interested to listen when the false ego is there. You cannot listen. And when false ego is going down, you will sure like not to miss anything. You will check it yourself. And false ego keep us in my sense. Sure. So, we involve to serve the senses and false ego. Same mind starts serving to Radhika, both become very influenced with maha, bhava. And they not destroyed. See, again and again read this, listen recording and try to go inside. Please, that will help you. Radhe. Thank you, Radha.
you explain that?
What?
This maha vyuha expansion. We listen once that the Kinkaris, they are, I don't know what's the right word, Kaha Vyuha expansion of Srimati Radhika. So Radhika, she consists of Mahabha. The question is that Kinkari also consists completely of Mahabha. And when
Mahavyuha, all they are, all gopis, they are Kahavyuha of Radhika.
and Kinkari also.
And Manjari is especially gift to, personal gift through Gurudev. So they are kripa by mercy. Grace of the Gurudev, grace of the Radhika, she accepts without no qualification to us. They are Kahavyuha, and straight mercy is specific that you are my Dasi. Come from, I need you. So this Sarup, she give means she accepted. Her prasad, her jutha, clothes, and everything she gave. The clothes, what we have, the body, all her gift. Seva is her gift. All what we have in our Sarupa Deha is all her gift, prasadi. And Sakhis are Kahavyuha, so they have a desire of meeting with Krishna, but Manjari has nothing like this. They have only this wish, how to serve my Swami. Yeah. I know your clothes, Prasadi. I know your body, give me your body is my prasad. You give me the age is your prasad. You give me the seva is your prasad. All you give me. When this feeling will come, that you give me, and I receive, and I not using to be close to you. My desire will happen to be more serious, to live in that. This chance never happened in life. Srinath.